Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be resetting for the month of November. So if that is of interest to you, then please keep watching. But before we dive into the November monthly reset, I want to introduce you to today's sponsor, EarnIn, and tell you about how you can make today and every day payday. I don't know about you, but it is wild to me that we are paid every 2 weeks, even though we work every day. Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, and neither should payday. You work every day, so you should have the option to get paid every day. Life moves quickly, and the money that you've worked hard for should be right there when you need it. EarnIn is an app that offers access to your pay the same day that you work. You can get up to $100 per day within minutes of earning it. Think of it as making your paycheck work for you, not the other way around. It's simple to set up. All you need is a steady paycheck, a checking account, and access to the app. To get started, just download the app, add your info, and once your paycheck is verified, you can access up to $100 a day in minutes. There's no interest and no mandatory fees. And the money you use gets automatically repaid when your next paycheck comes. It's your money, EarnIn gives you access to it, so you can wait less and live more. Download the EarnIn app today by clicking the link in my description box and start making everyday payday. Thank you to EarnIn for partnering with me on this video. Now back to the November monthly reset. All right, so let's start out with talking about our October monthly budget, what goals and tasks and intentions we were able to accomplish or do, and then we'll talk about where our money actually went, and then of course we'll move into the next segment of this video. So starting out, for all the goals, to-dos, tasks, we had at the top of the list to follow up with our financial advisor. We did not do that. I did not pay for or schedule or take my clinical exam. Surprise, surprise. We technically didn't save any money on the personal side of things, so I cannot check that off because the intention was to save on the personal side of things rather than the business side of things. We wanted to invest 15% of our paychecks, and we were able to do that. Paid our monthly credit card bill, did not register our truck or add it to our auto insurance. Surprise, surprise. And I did not schedule with the chiropractor. We did save $275 for sinking funds, which technically that is a form of saving, as is any type of additional investing or anything like that. But I don't really consider it to be that because we do access and use those funds at a later date for some reason, which of course, that is what saving is. When you are saving money, typically you may have to dip into those funds. But for me, because these actually have a purpose, I do consider them to be saving, make no mistake, but they're not a part of the additional saving that we like to do each month. We did not sign up for BarkBox for our dog or buy amusement park tickets because we did not go. It did not seem like a good use of our time when we were on our cousin's trip. I did book dog boarding. I bought my friend Octavia a birthday gift. I bought my niece a birthday gift. I created our holiday budget. We completed our quarterly financial review. I did buy table mate gifts for the planner meetup. We did not go to the play mainly because we were running out of funds and we had to kind of pick and choose what we wanted to do. I did buy a Halloween costume. I did buy a housewarming gift for my friend whose house I went to for the housewarming / Halloween party. We did book a flight to Virginia for my husband to join us for the cousin's trip. I did not choose to go to that conference that I was thinking about going to, so we did not buy a ticket for that. I did reserve our anniversary dinner, but then it got changed, so my husband found another place for us to go to and reserve that a whole lot, but we did do that. And I did not turn in mileage because I was thinking I might as well just wait until the end of this month completely and turn it in when I go to, well, on November the 1st, in 2 days, I'm going to the district office, which is where we have to turn in our mileage. So I'm just gonna wait and go there then, but then for which case I might as well just complete my October mileage as well and wrap it in with the September and maybe the August. I don't know if I've done mileage at all this school year, which is tragic because I'm normally on top of it. I did buy things we left behind, and I did resume my student loan payment, and I did not follow up regarding this medical bill, but I am going to do that this week. Like, it's at the top of my to-do list because they sent us another letter and I need to figure out why we're even getting this medical bill. So those are all of our goals, tasks, to-dos, that were financial in nature, let's talk about our actual monthly budget. All right, so we paid our gym bill for $59. We did not have a phone bill this month, neither me nor my husband, because we pay our cell phone bills in particular increments, like every 3 months, every 6 months, every year, something like that. So November was not a cell phone bill month. We did pay our car payment for $314.34. We did pay our electricity for $316.39. We paid our cable for $40, our pest control, which is $50.60, our internet, which is $80.30, our mortgage, which is $1,611.23, our water/sewer bill, which is $86.11. We did make my student loan payment for $473.97. So cringe. We did pay for Amazon Music for $16.99 and security for our home for $52.14, life insurance for $42.19, pet insurance for $61.05, Netflix for $9.99, investing at $80. We do some additional investing. So again, it is technically a form of saving if the investments perform well, of course, but even at bare minimum, we always normally shakes out to be about the actual money that we put in. So that took place. We did save $275 for sinking funds. We didn't save any additional money other than the money we already talked about. We did not put any additional money towards retirement. That leaves the shopping category, which encompasses a little bit of everything, to include groceries, food of any sort, dates, food for our dogs, actual shopping, any random stuff really. Like I got my eyebrows threaded. Can you tell? I got my eyebrows threaded. I got my eyebrows done after 14 months of not getting anything done to my brows, which is insane. So that came out of there. I bought some lotion, that came out of there. The trip came out of there, all of that. Here's the gag. The tea is, I am waiting for, you know how you go to a restaurant and you leave a tip and you pay with your card, and whenever you swipe the card, it'll deduct from your account the actual amount of the bill, but not the tip. So I'm waiting for tips to clear, so I don't know how much money was left in tips. Not gonna lie, part of me thinks we should just spend cash money on trips. To me, that makes sense because you can kind of always keep track of your money that way. But in full transparency, we just use our cards because it's more convenient and because we do get credit card points and all of that. But I am waiting for all of those to clear before I can, because I literally don't remember what we left for tips. I'm waiting for all of that to clear before I can actually update this. But as it stands, as of right now, I do believe, because we are not on track to spend money today or tomorrow, because we have dinner today at the game with the girls, and then tomorrow is Halloween, and I bought groceries, so I'm gonna cook. I'm just gonna cook anyway, but we are not on track to spend any funds, at least until the end of the month, so the next 2 days. So I don't have a total for that currently, but I am proud to say that I think we are going to be, we might be at $3,000 or $3,100. We're gonna be pretty close to being within our shopping budget, which I'm actually impressed by, but I did make our budget so high because of everything that we had going on, to include, I went to a planner meetup, I went to a housewarming / Halloween party. We took a couple's trip, we took a family trip, a cousin's trip is what I was trying to say. We took a trip. Okay, and then we did a bunch of stuff. We traveled to my friend's birthday party. My niece had a birthday. I think I sent her maybe $100 or something. We had a lot going on, so I was anticipating spending probably more than we've spent in one single month. Probably, I would say all year. It's definitely been a while since we've spent that much. We just had a lot of things that required us to spend money to fall in October. So we took care of it, and that is how we spent our money for the month of October. As always, I already did a dedicated November budget with me video if you want to see our November budget. I also did a dedicated November plan with me video if you want to see how I set up my digital planner for the month of November. So I'm a little rusty on these videos, but I'm pretty sure the only thing left to do now is to maybe reflect on the month of October. Then we'll come back and talk about our October goals, our November goals, and social media, and then everything else that is typically a part of this video. So I am a digital planner girly. I have an Apple Pencil, I have an iPad. It's a thing. I make my own digital planners, and one sheet within my digital planner for October anyway, because we're not moving into a new planner in November, but I did make some new templates, which we'll talk about and which I'm gonna show you in an upcoming video. But for all intents and purposes, I do have this monthly reflection sheet that I created, and I'm just gonna kind of go based off of this to share all that I reflected on in the month. As always, I had a habit tracker, and I tracked if I got sleep 8+ hours, exercise 30+ minutes, first of all, let's try this again. I was tracking sleeping 8+ hours, exercising 30+ minutes, reading, doing my skincare, not drinking alcohol, studying, consuming low carbs / low sugar, and taking my medication and vitamins. And so, honestly, I did a pretty good job of that. I probably did the best with sleeping 8 hours, but that's no surprise. Doing my skincare and taking my medications and vitamins, and I honestly didn't do too shabby with my low carb, low sugar thing either. I do it on the next sheet here. I like to write out my monthly gratitude. So each day I like to write down things that I am grateful for. Those are kind of a part of the monthly reflection, but the main part that I really try to dive into and treat as a form of journaling is in reference to when I am taking note of my highs for the month, my lows, the lessons that I learned or that came up for me or that I was reminded of, and my favorites. So let's talk about my highs. So my first high was that my bestie was in town. And you know what? I was sitting here thinking, October was a blur. October was one of those months that was so filled and cram-packed with all kinds of fun, eventful things that I've lost track of. I've lost sight or track of everything that transpired. I don't know if you experience such a busy day or week or month or year or whatever that you're kind of like, what all even happened? And how did I even make it through to the next day or week or month or whatever? But that's me. So as I'm remembering, my best friend came into town with a coworker, and we met up at the very beginning of October for dinner, just one of the nights that they were here working. So that's what I mean by bestie in town. So honestly, I've been seeing my friends and family members so much. It's insane. Also, I did this whole quarterly life organization thing, and I even filmed it. So if you want to see my new system for organizing my life for Q4, check out that video. But literally, I organized every single aspect or area of our lives that I could for Q4 to try to beat it or get ahead of it. And honestly, I feel like it's working out. I've made it through the first month so far, and I feel like it's going well. But check out that video if you're interested. Apart from that video, I did a financial reset. Well, I did it as part of that whole, process that I was embarking on. But the financial reset is, in fact, a video of itself because it was so long and so thorough. I also had such a good time at my friend Octavia's birthday party. She lives in the Charlotte area, so we took a day trip there and hung out with her and her family and everybody, and so that was very fun. Also catching up with my friend Ashley, who lives in Alabama. We did like a video chat, and we spoke for hours and hours and hours, so that was good times. Also planners at Tiffany's. I went to a planner meetup, and not only were some of my planner friends there who I see multiple times a year, if not that, then at least once yearly, but afterwards we went to a dinner with just a smaller group. That was very much fun. I went to Virginia Beach with my cousins. Actually, there were like a couple niece-nephew combos, if you will. Like, I'm an aunt, and technically my husband is an uncle to my niece that was there, and then there was another niece and nephew and aunt situation, but we're all around the same age, but we just happened to be, I happened to be an aunt. I became an aunt quite early. So with that being said, we had a very amazing time at Virginia Beach, and we are trying to figure out when we're going to get together again. We chose Virginia Beach because honestly, I'd gone when I was younger, but I haven't gone in my adult life. And it's pretty central to where we all were coming from. So that's why we chose that, for no other reason than because it was a central location. And then also I guess a high for the month of October, in addition to everything else that I mentioned, was of course my fall break. I had 2 weeks off of work, and it's a new schedule that we're on. We are on this modified school calendar, school's schedule. So we get off of work during what I think are like random times. So 2 weeks at the beginning of October is a little random, and then we have other little breaks like that we'll have throughout the school year. But I was literally at home for 2 weeks out of October, and then I went on a trip and all this stuff. So October's been a whirlwind. And then my students, I don't know why, but for this month, we've just been getting along so well. Not that I don't get along with my students, but it just seems like every session I walk away from and I don't know, proud or just elated. I don't know, it's just been such good sessions, such good experiences. Some of them have done some things that have caused them to get in trouble, and there are struggles, of course, but for the most part, the sessions have been amazing this month, so I'm very appreciative of that. Lows for the month, my dentist office is tripping something terrible. When I tell y'all, I don't know what they are, like, it's a problem, but I'm going to the dentist on November the 1st, and I'm not going down there to wreak havoc by any means, but I need to have a chat with someone, like one of the hygienists or the dentist, because things have not been good really this whole year, and we've been going there for almost a decade, and I just need to talk to somebody. I need somebody to come correct. So when I meet with my hygienist and my doctor, the dentist, I'm going to share with them I don't know what they got going on with the front office staff. There's a huge turnover, as you can imagine, but the staff now, it's very strange. So I'm gonna get them together, don't you worry. But they've been blowing me, for lack of better terms. And then my husband missed his flight to Virginia. Now, this is more like a low for him, but it was a low for me because doing so kind of like threw off a little bit of the schedule, but more so that meant that he got in late, and so he was already coming a day late, then he missed his flight. So what can you say? But we made it work, and we had an amazing time. But that was definitely that day, or that, I guess it was maybe like a 5-hour time period, 6 hours time period, 6-hour time period perhaps. It was very chaotic. Lessons learned. One is that my marriage, oh, by the way, well, that doesn't apply. My marriage is absolutely thriving, which is great because we do have a wedding anniversary this week. But I just was thinking around the middle of October, I'm like, if the past 3 months is any indication of what the future holds, I'm down for, staying in this marriage. I'm just kidding. But truly, I was like, this is lit. This is fun. And we kind of talked about what we think has been contributing to us getting along so well and all those types of things. So it just has been a good time for our marriage, I guess. I learned that I do not live in my head. There are people who live in their head, and they're always thinking, they're overthinkers, overanalyzers, and all the things. And I just do not fit in that category. And that really didn't didn't come to me until I was hanging with my girlfriends. Was it in October? Yes, it was at the beginning of October. I had a friend date with them, and we were talking, and my friend was saying her brain is like a computer and multiple tabs pop up, because she said something, and then she was like, we looked at her. I'm like, your intrusive thoughts have won. But we look at her and she's like, don't mind me, it's a lot going on. And we're like, what do you mean it's a lot going on? Like, we're chilling at the pool, having a good time, eating sushi, whatever. What do you mean it's a lot going on? And she was explaining to us how her brain works from her perspective. And I just was sitting there, and I was thinking, and as I was talking to them, because I know my other friend is an overthinker too. And I was thinking, I don't spend a single second, no, that's a lie. I really don't spend much time thinking or in my head. I think about things, but they're only as it pertains to what's happening right now. And then lastly, I was thinking about how traditions are weird. Some traditions are straight up weird. I understand tradition, but some of them are absolutely asinine. But that's another story for another day. Let's talk about my favorites. So my favorite beauty item was this Tiffany's perfume that I won at the planner meetup. So how planner meetups or events work, typically in swag or gifts or whatever, you normally get back what you paid for the ticket. It just happens to work out that way. So I got hundreds of dollars worth of items, like a Starbucks gift card. I got a bunch of little other things. I got a personalized cup. I got what I came here to talk about, which is a bottle of Tiffany's perfume. And so that is what I won. And somebody was like, well, there's your ticket money right there. And I'm like, is this expensive? I know nothing about perfumes. So I looked it up and it's a $100 bottle. I think that's on sale. If it's on sale, it's $100. So not only did I get my money back, but I've been loving wearing the Tiffany's perfume. That's the moral of the story. My favorite tech item are these new planner templates that I'm going to be creating. Actually, I did my November plan with me, so you can see some of the new templates, but I'm working on my 2024 digital planner and I'm creating other templates, but these templates have been absolutely giving me life. And my favorite food was Built Bars. So I buy Built Bars very seldom, maybe once every few months, mainly because they're pretty expensive, to be honest. And they're really good though, so it's worth the price, but I just can't have a million of them in my home. You know, I can't buy them like I would Snickers, because I can get Snickers for the cheap, but these are high protein, low sugar, low carb, you know, types of treats, bars, and naturally they are more expensive. But I have been eating, I believe, the cookies and cream one. Actually, I ate them all. I just finished, I think on the trip I took, my last one is gone. My favorite leisure activity has been scrolling fall reels. I will watch Instagram reels until I'm blue in the face. And because of what I'm looking at, the algorithm essentially caters to that. So literally my reels just consist of fall, like people getting ready for fall or baking fall stuff. And I've been living, that's probably what I'm watching if I'm on my phone and mindlessly scrolling. My favorite activity has been girls flag football. That started. My husband's the head coach. This is their first season, so he's built the team or the program from the ground up. It's required a lot of work out of him. I have tag teamed some things. My mother-in-law has tag teamed. My cousin has tag teamed. My aunt, we've all been trying to, help him with this. One thing that's weird for me, let me know if this is how it worked where you're from, but I played sports growing up and never in a million years did anybody feed us or be expected to feed us before a game or a track meet or whatever. We literally ate 100% of the time after. We would stop and get food on the way back, and this would be 7 p.m., 8 p.m. But here, apparently, feeding the children before games is a thing. And people think I'm crazy for thinking otherwise. So today, we have games today. My cousin is sponsoring the food for that. We've had my mother-in-law sponsor food. My husband's bought the food otherwise. And other people are gonna be sponsoring the food and helping him, whatever, because I low-key think I'm part of the team. And I'm like, this is so strange to have this pressure of, like, the first day, he left school early. And he only can do that because his 7th period is this planning period, which maybe they did on purpose once he said he was going to coach. Anyway, he leaves early. He goes to buy them food. I think they had pizza maybe or something the first night. And then he's back at the field and he's trying to set up the field because flag football field is different from regular football. So he has to set up the field and make sure all the team is there and do all these different things. And I'm like, that's probably why feeding kids isn't like, I don't know. I just wouldn't, I can see the beauty in feeding them, but I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, it doesn't make sense for that to be done from my perspective until after. That makes a little bit more sense to me, but even then it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. It's a thing. I get if you're gonna ask kids to stay after and play a sport, or if they're gonna sign up to do it, so to speak, that feeding them should be a thing because they are going to be there beyond dinner time. But just all the chaos that comes with it is just kind of weird to me. But to each their own. And then my favorite lifestyle activity was partying. And when I say partying, I don't mean that it has to include alcohol. I mean, like, because I don't think we even drank at my friend's party or some of the other functions we've attended, but just like parties, any kind of party. I don't care what it is. I probably went this month and I ate it up, and I will continue to do so because I love a party, love a party. That is my monthly reflection for the month of October. All right, so let's hit these October goals and then move on to the next segment of this so we can get this thing closed out. First up, for personal, I wanted to take 3 personal days. I did do that on the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th. Of course, I was off of work the first 2 weeks of October, but low-key, I forgot about this fall break. So I had a bunch of stuff on my schedule just on different days and stuff because I was just going about business as usual. But when I looked, I was able to see that I wouldn't have absolutely any obligations on the 2nd, the 3rd, or the 4th, which I think were maybe the first 3 days. So I took my personal days during those times. I did not read 2 books. I did do my nails. I did do my toenails, and I got my eyebrows threaded randomly. So we're gonna count that as achieved. On top of that self-care, I also got my ring cleaned. I feel like that's a form of self-care. And I bought myself some lotion. I feel like that's a form of self-care. And I probably did a few other things here or there. But anyway, I did pretty good with the self-care category this month. Also for family, I have on here to complete some home projects such as cleaning out my car, cleaning the area rug, so on and so forth. I cleaned out my car. That's insane. No, really, you choosing to eat every time I video anything is absolutely asinine. It's okay, she doesn't understand what I'm saying. Clearly, she just went back to eat. So I wanted to do some stuff around the house, I guess. I think I thought that in my head, if I were to be off of work for 2 weeks, I was really gonna be like getting it in around the home. That's false. So I did decorate for fall and I cleaned out my car. That's it. So we're not achieving that. Didn't save $500, did invest $80 via stash, did invest 15% of our paychecks, did schedule friend dates and hold them, did spend quality time with my cousins. Oh my God, that was so fun. Did catch up with a friend, achieved. Did not do anything for a career, surprise. For business, I did secure 1 sponsorship, which was through Mint Mobile. I did publish, I will at the end of this, published 8 YouTube videos. You know what? I honestly might be at 7, but honestly that's so close that I'm just gonna count it as 8. Because I think what had happened, no, I think it might be 8, but I was going to say October was so long, which technically means if I shoot for a Wednesday upload and a Saturday upload, then I had 1 extra video to produce. I think I was technically scheduling myself to produce 9, but I ended up producing 8. I did not publish 4 Instagram reels, although I do think I'm gonna publish 1 today, but I don't think that's gonna count because I think it'll be 3 instead of 4. I don't post on Instagram, we know that already. I did pre-record 2 to 4 videos during the break, and for working out, let's take a look-see. I worked out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times. So I met that goal and I absolutely love that for me. Let's talk about these November goals. For November, I wanna take 1 personal day, and I put on here that I put on here the 24th of November or the 26th because I think that's when it's gonna happen, either before Halloween or before Thanksgiving or after, or the Sunday, because I think I have a friend date on the 25th. So I think that's what, I can have a personal date and a friend date, but it depends on what friend I'm hanging with and how much time, like what we're gonna do, because sometimes it's like an all-day event. So 24th or the 26th, I want to read 2 books, and I want to finish Things We Left Behind, which is the 3rd book in the Knock 'em Out book series by Lucy Score. And then I want to read Worthy by Jada Pinkett Smith. I can't wait. I really would probably do better with reading that over Things We Left Behind, but I cannot start a book and not finish it. It just isn't, like, unless the book's absolutely trash. But I can't let my excitement over a new book release. I have not been able to allow my excitement over a new book release throw me off of the book that I'm reading. So I'm just gonna finish that book. I also want to potentially make a visit to the chiropractor, do my nails, schedule my OBGYN, do my toenails, and do a self-care day with masks and all of that. By the way, I have been, I do my own nails. We know that already. But I discovered these nails. I don't know how to say it. I think it's B Art Box. Somebody on YouTube was talking about them and I ordered them. They're kind of expensive, but they're insane because they knock off like an hour of the time that it takes for me to do my nails because they're pre-designed already. They literally come just like this, which is insane. So these are gonna be my nails for a while. I think what I'll do is realistically, I'll probably just bling them out sometimes or add some little designs to them, but I'm definitely going to use this as a base. So I just wanted to throw that out there on the topic of self-care. Next up for family, I want to do basically everything I didn't do in October, with also decorating for Christmas because that's coming up in November. Next up, I want to save $1,000 per our November budget, invest $80 via stash, invest 15% of our paychecks, schedule friend dates, plan our next cousin's trip, catch up with a friend, and celebrate our marriage. That's what I want to do for relationships. For career, I want to do everything I haven't done all year. For business, I want to secure one sponsorship, which I've technically already done. I want to publish 8 YouTube videos, publish 4 Instagram reels. I need to take that off. It's really a goal though. I really do want to post, but I think you honestly do better on Instagram if you post more frequently than not. And I don't even know what I would post every day. You would have to have a certain niche, I guess, for that. So I'm not there yet. And then for health, of course, I want to work out at least 3 times per week. Let me show you my mood board for October. So this is my mood board. This is the planner meetup. That's everybody. Cousin's trip. That was our beach house. That was the Halloween party. That was me winning my stuff. That's my skincare products. The nails. Oh my God, look at the nails. I tried this honey garlic chicken this month, so I put that on here. And that was just stuff for the planner meetup. More beach pictures, a mimosa flight. This other kind of mimosa, which these two actually tasted pretty similar. These are 2 different, I forgot we went on a brunch date with friends this month as well. Lordy, lordy. But those drinks kind of taste the same. Worthy, because it released. That was a drink we tried this month. Tay Tay for her birthday, love her. And that was our first game that we won. We got a pretty good, I literally say we like I'm on the team. We have a pretty good record so far. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Oh, and me and the planner guru, who was a speaker at the event. And I've been dying to meet her because I follow her on Instagram, or I've been waiting to meet her. And so I finally did. So that is my mood board for October.